Hey guys, Eric Cagle, Pautzke Pro Staff. We're in a pond here in Alabama, just an old farm pond. A buddy of mine owns this pond. We came out today, actually filmed this morning. I actually went to work today. We came out this afternoon just for a couple hours here. We got a lot of flooding going on here, and we just came out to have a good time and try to catch some crappie in this pond this afternoon, and that's what we did. We came out with hair jigs this evening on just a little casting rods, tipped with Pautzke fireballs, and man, we put a couple dozen crappie in the boat pretty quick this afternoon and had a great time. Oh, a little bump. Brim, he's tearing that little fireball up.
I'm pretty sure the fire. I thought the fireball would have been gone.
Oh, that's a crappie. Brim and crappie in there. Ooh, good little fish. Oh,
now that's more what we expected, right?
Man alive! Look at that little pretty thing. Not a big fish, but great little pond fish. Good
fish crappie. On, baby. Fish on, pond crappie. Absolutely hammered it.
Holy!
Easy. Up
Ooh, Eric, get him in! Oh my gosh!
Absolute slab.
Oh, Eric,
that's a good one, boy.
You told us there were no big ones in here.
Listen, that's probably the biggest fish we've ever caught out of this pond. No lie. Like, honestly.
Woo!
I want to show you exactly what we're using today, our setup. And this will work anywhere, not just in a pond. We're in a pond today. You know, we've filmed several different places. This works anywhere. I'm using just a 32 ounce hair jig. That's a sugar bug made by Ricky Willis over in Georgia. We're using 4-pound test gamma line, just a high vis line, and we're tipping these fireballs. I'm sorry, we're tipping these jigs with a crappie fireball. And we were getting a lot of short hits here earlier today when we first got here. We started using these fireballs, and it's putting a little scent on these jigs, and these fish are taking it. We're catching them. So I'm just taking one of these fireballs. We're using some pink today. I'm just gonna thread it right on my hook, just like so. That's what it looks like, and it's just giving those baits just a little scent. He's got a fish on there now. Look at there. He just caught one there.
Ooh, that's a good fish. Oh, here it comes.
It's another crappie, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's a nice color crappie too.
Nice fish.
Mitch, you got to go home to Montana tomorrow, and you're finally getting in the swing of things.
I know, I'm back to ice fishing.
There's one. Oh, that's bad.
I was just gonna say.
He hit the old fireball.
I was just gonna say, if that's a crappie,
That's a large mouth.
we're hitting the 4-pound zone.
Oh, he just figured out he's hooked, guys.
Man.
Large mouth. I'm gonna Bill dance him, boys. Little dock shooter's fighting him down. There he comes. Come on in here. That's a pretty little joker. He's fat. Awesome little largemouth. Ain't much funner than pond fishing on a afternoon. Sunny, cool afternoon. Big
Oh,
fish,
yeah.
big fish.
Come on.
Is it a bass?
No, it's a
That's a
crappie.
crappie. Head shaking like crazy.
That's a good one.
Oh,
That's a
that's a
bass.
bass.
That's a
I
bass.
knew it was a bass. The way it was fighting like
Let him
that.
fight easy. You're gonna have to lip him. That's a good old large mouth.
He destroyed it.
He sure did.
Oh my goodness. Come on. You want to come into the boat?
There he is. Easy.
Out here fishing for crappie and just absolutely slammed a largemouth bass. I mean, he took that cork down. We thought it was a crappie right away, and then as soon as he got to the boat, he started jumping like crazy, and it wasn't a crappie anymore.
I'm gonna kind of show you what Mitch is using today. Also, same jigs. He's still throwing a hair jig. Mitch hasn't crappie fished a whole lot. We're out here in this pond today. These fish are shallow, and this pond's shallow. So what I've done for Mitch is I've taken the same setup, just the same jig that we're using, a little hair jig. We're tipping it with a Crappie Fireball from Pautzke. I've taken a little split shot and a slip cork rig. You know, I've got my stopper here, as you can see where my finger is. I've got my slip cork on, my split shot, and a jig. And what this does is that when Mitch throws his jig in the water, instead of it going down and getting hung on the bottom, I've got this thing set at about 2.5 foot. It'll stop at 2.5 foot so his jig doesn't get hung, and he can sit there and kind of work that jig right above those fish, and those fish are coming up and eating it for him. So same basic idea, but he's using a slip cork. Great for beginners, just great for beginners. If you're jig fishing, you can work that jig with this slip cork just as good as you can on that rod and reel without a slip cork. So it works out great. The rods we're using today are Hurricane Howard 5.5 foot dock shooting / casting rods, and we're using his 500 series reel with them. And just like I said, we always use that high vis line where we can see that line when these fish hit it. But man, these are great little fun fishing rods and reels. Oh, I'm Bill dancing up here today, boys. Large mouth. Open your mouth up, boy. Oh yeah. They like those little crappie jigs with a Crappie Fireball also. Pretty little largemouth, just real fat. Just a beautiful color on them.
Fish on. Oh, that's another good one. Oh yeah.
Crappie?
Yeah. All crappie.
Finally got a smaller one.
There you go. Doubled it.
Doubled
up. Doubled it, Mitch. Hold that fish where I can show everybody how much bigger mine is. Man, alive. Look at there. Fellas, that's just how it goes. Look at Mitch's fish. About a 6-incher. There's a keeper 10-incher. That's just how it goes. There's a lot of fun to come out here and catch these little pond fish. Oh, good.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Easy with it. Open in now. Double him.
Oh. That might be the biggest crappie of the day, folks. Eric, you got one too? Why don't you compare yours to his?
I will. Let's do it.
Like we were doing earlier. Oh, man. Hello.
Ooh. Let's see what's up, Mitch. Boy, we're out here doubling up now. They have turned on this afternoon. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't get much funner than this. What about it, Mitch?
It's pretty crazy. I mean, you don't see that very often.
Today's episode of Pautzke Outdoors comes to you from the great state of Alabama, where there are an endless amount of farm ponds. You know, we don't usually do a lot of filming on farm ponds. However, there has been absolutely so much rain this year that most of the systems that we plan to fish this week are basically unfishable. You know, that means Eufaula Lake, that means the Alabama River. I mean, we could name an endless amount of systems that are either over full pool or at flood stage. So what do? We retreated to a farm pond. Coming out here today, do a little crappie fishing. Now, Eric Cagle isn't a crappie fishing fool when it comes to ponds, but you know what? He just came out here to show us how easy it can be with the right tackle and the right bait to catch a lot of fish, and that's crappie we're talking about today in a pond. So, you know, we did one thing today, one thing only. We tipped jigs with Pautzke's new Crappie Fireballs, and in about an hour of time, we caught a dozen or two crappie, had a great time, just in the end of the day after a full day of work.